Hey everybody, Jang here from jangbricks.com with a look at a LEGO Star Wars set. This one came with officially 493 pieces. It's the Umbaran MHC, or Mobile Heavy Cannon, from the Clone Wars series. The Star Wars universe is chock full of walkers, isn't it? I love that about it. I think it's a really great decision to have a lot of walking stuff, and I think that the Star Wars franchise owned it very well. Now, important thing about having walking style vehicles as toys is that you want to have the legs be able to approximate kind of a walking action, right? Obviously this thing looks pretty good from the outside. As far as the walking kind of motion is concerned, it works out really well with this thing because these just hinge forward and back, all these legs, and it really does allow you to approximate kind of a walking style of motion. You get a lot of poses, even though they're not able to go up and down from those joints. It also ends up being very sturdy, so I feel like it was a good compromise to not have the up and down motion right there, because it just goes together really well. You do have the ability, however, to bring one leg up out here at this outer joint. See, that's a ratcheted joint there. It's also got some jointing in the feet, so you can kind of change the height of the whole thing. You can also give it a little bit of a stomping kind of look to it. Let me see if I can get this. There we go, just barely. See, it is able to stand with 2 feet up. I think that's pretty cool. I think that overall this is just a successful design from a functional perspective. You can also kind of make the whole thing stand up higher by bringing these all the way in, or you can make it stand down lower, or even make it kind of seem like it's leaning forward by bringing the rear legs inward and then letting the front ones out. See how that's just leaning forward? Just a lot of simple stuff that just works out very effectively. And then up on top, you've got the big major cannon that is able to actually shoot because it's using the large Technic style of cannon piece. You just pull back from up here where my thumb is, right here. Pull that back and that shoots out, spring loaded. Very large thing, fairly safe with the rubber tip on it. And it works really well. You can also angle that up, or you can angle it forward. It's got another joint right here. You can also angle it side to side using a little, it actually has a rod going all the way through, so you don't have to touch it. It's kind of a cool little thing that makes it look a little bit more like it's alive, like it's got its own life to it, and it's working on its own because something is moving that you're not directly touching. I think that's a cool thing. And then you also have the ability to open this thing up. In the front, it opens up, and in the back, it opens up. The front is going to be your driver's compartment. They have a couple little console pieces with stickers on the sides, just with buttons and stuff for him to touch and to push. So you can just put the guy right in there. No studs are used for attaching the figure or placing the figure in place, so he just slides in. It's very simple and easy that way. You don't have to fuss around with pushing him down onto the base. And he's got his little viewport right there, and then the one on the back, here that is. And again, you just slide your figure right in there. If you want to get a little bit more clearance for the head, you can actually pull this piece up as well. It just gives you a little bit more room, but you know, it's quicker to just get him in there without that. And then this also closes up, and that is your gunner who's going to be controlling the cannon up on top. Returning to the front one last time, it's got a couple of inverted minifig guns under here. I don't remember from the show, so hopefully somebody will just be able to comment in, somebody who's rewatched the relevant episodes more recently, or just remembers whether these are actually point defense guns for the thing, you know, that these are actually going to be shooting, or if they were just ornamental little elements that kind of look like whiskers or something like that. I like to look at them either way as just being small little defense guns for dealing with, you know, infantry that's around the area. And of course, if you want to at any point, you can just take those off and use them as spares, because they're just regular blasters that can be used with any minifigs. Here are the figures. Ahsoka on the left, obviously, followed by a 212th clone trooper, and then 2 Umbaran soldiers who are identical. Personally, I'm not a big fan of this version of Ahsoka. Actually, I'm not a fan of Ahsoka as a Lego figure in general. Actually, I'm not that big of a fan of the Lego Clone Wars faces in particular. The eyes, the way that they translated into the Lego-ified form just doesn't sit very well with me. Again, just a personal opinion. I like the Umbarans though, and my favorite thing about them is that they came with that really cool helmet in the white color, which originally came out as just a collectible minifigure exclusive, but after they came out with this, it allowed me to get a hold of those much more easily for my own custom stuff. My custom sci-fi stuff for my Lego City uses that helmet. With all the headgear removed, you can see that Ahsoka does have a secondary face, a more serious face for when she's really involved in fighting, but the other figures do not have alternate faces. And there's just a more clear look at what they look like all from the front. And this guy's got his little inquisitive look, maybe a little bit suspicious. And here again, I do like the Umbarans. I think they actually look pretty cool. All told, a pretty nice looking set, a pretty nice build for the walker, very sensible, very good for play value. It's sturdy enough, it's got enough range of motion where it needs to, and you can put the two figures in there, you can actually shoot with it. I think it's just a good set for kids and for collectors as well. Also, if you're a custom builder, this has a lot of very useful pieces. So I'm happy with it. Please do share your thoughts about it down in a comment below if you would like to. I'm going to go build some more stuff so I can bring you more videos, and I'll be talking to you again soon.